All right, let's get into a live game. This guy, we've played with him before. Kind of don't remember how the last one went. Obviously he's a good player. So should we go for amplify or the supply? I'm kind of leaning towards the supply, since we don't, we're not gonna need the arc lights anymore pretty soon. Get the dogs. I think the dogs are still good to have, but we don't need to build 5 dogs. I think just the 3 dogs plus the chaff is just better. Steel balls, so I guess we gotta go like this. Happy to do it like this. I'm also happy to... I wouldn't do this, right? Also happy to do it like maybe... like this. I don't know if this is like legit. Because then the phantom rays could just be like right... could be just right here. They don't have to be so far back. Let's try this. I'm not sure if this is actually like a thing here. Okay, so like a semi-aggro, semi-asim. I do like the, yeah, I do like how the crawlers are just slightly ahead of the tanks here. But I don't like how forward the hounds are. The hounds ideally should be behind here. So maybe the hounds could be back more, I'm not sure. The problem is that he's also still going, he's also going mass hound here, so the mass hounds don't necessarily burn, plus he's got the fire extinguisher. So already, I'm not the hugest fan of this. That being said, he doesn't have any anti-air, but he's just got too much garbage on the ground. Rhino spec? He just has so much stuff. Well, thankfully, the hounds just don't automatically level now, so... guess we have to go for the wasp, or we could go... we're supply spec. So we could go for the wasp and just go for straight for the thingamajig. Kind of don't have a choice here. Otherwise, we need to resort to buying and selling. Maybe this is okay. This is good. This is bad. He has no AA, so... yeah, he wastes a missile. Goes more into hounds. His AA is in the back here, so... this could be a problem, but we... yeah, this could be a problem, because he's he's got so much stuff tanking in front of his wasps. Plus, it looks like we're about to lose the tower here. But we might be able to turn things around with this on this side. The wasps are kind of in no man's land right now, so they're not doing much during the debuff. Problem is that he has the wasp, right? And that means he can go for AA spec, so I guess we have to go AA spec automatically next round. Unless he sells out, but he probably shouldn't sell out. He'd probably be bad to sell out of this. Heavy armor is great for him. Ball's leveled up. So we have another problem to deal with. We have nothing here that needs the... we don't need anything here. Heavy armor is good, but we already got the drop, so I think we have to skip it. Probably just go straight into the... The thing is, he doesn't have much shaft, so I'm not sure if it's worth burning anything. I think it's just time to go straight into the AA Wasp. Don't want to overcommit too much, though. So maybe just one pack. And just keep going more Phantom Race in the meanwhile. The oil seems interesting here. Do we just go only oil? Do we like just put a crawler pack here maybe? Not sure about only oil. Does only oil do anything? Slows everything down, but I don't know if that's... I mean, in theory it makes sense, right? We just kill everything faster, but I'd much prefer it to burn, so kind of confused on what would be good. Maybe we could get these balls over too. Alright, let's try this. So he's AA Wasp. Nope, not AA yet, but he's definitely a Wasp. We are AA Wasp. This is a nice little distraction for the balls mainly. The steel balls did not level up, which is interesting. Yeah, the ground chaff is a huge problem. That's why, just because we have air superiority, we may not be able to win the mirror. So you're going to redeploy, okay. Yeah, I was almost positive he would go for the level and go for the armor. Like, I think that would be pretty smart for him because we don't quite have the DPS for that. We would need to level up our raise a few times. Alright, I think we just skip here. Yeah, he's probably going to go mass... obviously, he's going to go mass wasps, right? So... We're gonna have to keep up the wasps, I think, but throwing down some fire probably isn't the worst thing. Just not sure what to do here. Like, the fire would be quite good, but he's just goes extinguisher, right? So kind of feel like we just have to go more wasps. All right, we need to think about this here. Probably no point in doing more. We don't need more chaff, right? The fire could be interesting. Just go for the fire. So you see how he reacts. It's not going to do that much. That's the problem, right? It's not going to be like going for... I guess we go for it. But I just don't feel like he's going to be going for the old... Alright, so A Wasp, A Fort. Makes a lot of sense. It's a crazy skin. Don't like our positioning on the Phantom Race here. But what we could do is we could start to transition now more into the Phantom Race. So... he might even want to start selling out of the Wasps. I hope he does. All no, it did cost them quite a bit to invest into the fort. So I'm kind of liking our position. Obviously, we are winning. Maybe that's part of the reason. So we'll say fire control system sounds good here. Probably have to put it onto a Phantom Ray. This did so much. This did so much though. So maybe you just go burst on the Phantom Ray. Put it on this temporarily. Just more Phantom Rays, I think. And what else? Like, the oil is kind of an... kind of not going to do anything, I think, so... I think this is okay. Maybe speed here? Because we're not trying to burn anything of him. I think we borrow as well. Borrow range. Speed. Let's go for the damage. So we get the fire extinguisher. This is amazing for us. We were like exactly trying to bait the fire extinguisher. In some senses, we spent the same amount of money, but the problem is that like he's got way more units, so he spent way more value, and the fire extinguisher isn't going to do anything for him. Yeah, like imagine if his dogs were mech rage and or range, they would be like all the way in the tower. We shouldn't have sledgehammers like still alive at this time of the match. So definitely feels like that fire extinguisher wasn't really a good idea from him. Yeah, we're not going to go with this melting point. We're not going to go with that. We just get something and sell it, I think. So best thing to do is sell the melting point, right? Yeah, this did something. No, not the most damage. Could almost start getting armor on these guys. If he goes melting point, we might have to go cloak. I mean, I was gonna say get shield, but if it goes melting point, we have to go cloak. Just keep getting more of these. Probably some missiles to on the flanks as well now. Yeah, we don't... The oil could be good, but we don't want the oil to ignite, actually, so... Let's go for this. Let's go for the range. Borrow. This. Speed. Maybe another missile somewhere. Like here. Alright, so nice shield. But all our other missiles are going to hit. So no melting point, so but we get the marksman, no technologies. I guess the defense might have been better than the attack. In any case, now he has AA on the wasps, which is scary. For sure, it's scary. That's more scary than the before we actually lose a side here. So, okay, good. Yeah, the problem is we, if this keeps going on, we are in a situation where we have to start countering his AA wasps, but we can't build AA wasps of our own. So then, because the fortresses are gonna, you know, you say these wasps, they did nothing. 1,000 damage. This wasp still did a lot, so maybe it was good to keep this wasp online. This wasp did something. I think the position of the wasps are pretty bad. They should probably be on the back line so they don't like just like they just run in and die behind the phantom rays. I feel like the positioning was really bad. I wasn't expecting AA wasp. I mean AA fort, so I was thinking you know, just have them be close to the phantom ray so they can act as chaff for the phantom ray, or they kind of get into the fight quicker, but that's wrong. We need to account for the fort AA, so we can't be positioning the wasp like this. So yeah, if he just continued to go with more, yeah, luckily the marksman didn't do that much. They didn't have AA, but you know, this guy did so much. Had he surprised that these guys didn't do as much as that guy, but yeah, if he just the next turn he went more wasps with range, The only way we can do that is handle that is a forts of our own, but forts are gonna die. He's got way too many forts now. So the only thing we could do is I guess like range and a spec Mustang, but that's like really risky. His wasps are all the way back. It's very likely that the Mustangs are gonna die before that happens. Plus he's got the fire. So I'll be very worried on the next round, but thankfully we were able to finish the game right then and there, and it was very close though. All right, guys. Hopefully that was enjoyable. We'll see you in the next one. All right, let's just take a look at that game again from our opponent's perspective. So I feel like on the last round, instead of taking the marksman, you could just get something, sell it, like the melting point, and just go straight into the AA wasps. So why don't we give that a go? We don't have money for both techs, but I think aerial spec is better than range against Phantom Race, and it's also better against the enemy wasps. So click speed, and let's just see. We've got a couple more missiles left, so we should be missiling the tanks. I think it's a very good idea. Okay, and let's see how this goes. Like going no technology marksman, I think is pretty bad, especially when you already have 3 packs of wasps. So we win the right side, I think, pretty clearly. Looks like we might lose the, wait, no, we win both sides here. Alright, so we do, you know, we're at 800 damage. The other time I tried this was closer to 1,000, but it's gonna be something like this. It might be optimized better to have like a pack here instead of all the packs here. Not quite sure. But anyways, this just gives you a sense of what the opponent could have done here. For us, this would have been pretty challenging to deal with. I guess we have to go with more wasps, but the problem is the forts are super scary. Like, it doesn't take a couple salvos to take out the wasp, so it's very precarious. I wouldn't know what to do here. Like, I don't think we go Mustangs. So it has to be like more Phantom Rays. It has to be just more wasps with our own technologies, but I just wonder, like, the forts. I also wonder if we just build forts here. Like, if he actually does this, I think we just have to build forts, because I don't think we're going to win the mirror. Problem is then the forts can attack our forts. Right now, he doesn't. The forts are just like standing around doing nothing. So yeah, I'm not sure what we would do here. I'm leaning towards the forts, but because we can't win the air anymore if he has already like this much, and then he's gonna go range next turn. So then pretty much all the air dies. It's just a question of, can the forts burst down like a fortress or two before they die? If they can, then it becomes like our fort A versus his like anti-air wasp. It's quite an interesting be quite an interesting kind of turn of events there, basically flipping the script. Anyways, hopefully that was enjoyable, and thank you for watching.